Good morning, Fibros. Well, actually, it's evening time. And I need to cook something for tea. Because I didn't literally sleep last night. And, of course, at 8 o'clock this morning, I wanted to go to sleep. So, it's getting late at night. And I need food. And I decided... heck, I am so over crappy food. So I'm going to do something which is basically thrown together, but it becomes a beautiful, quick and easy. Well, I don't know about quick. But the easy bit isn't too bad. Wash the old hands. You'll have to excuse the lights because it's kind of getting it's kind of getting dark outside at the moment. Okay, so one thing I always have around is my silver pots, which just come in so handy. Right, and all I've done today is literally I am making flaky. Of course, because I have the word. So. Back for the bits. I need a pan. Oh, actually, it's not a pan that I'm looking for. It's just something so I can fill. Ah, there you are. That'll do me. That'll do me nicely. Who can see all this, you know? Because it'll be really funny if I can't. Non-stick canola spray. I'm just gonna spray some of that onto there. Find the brush. Find a brush. Nice if you could actually have some music going while you're doing all this. And I got a brush up there. Let's go and have a look at it. So we have yep, got a brush there. What else do I need? That one, I think, you can come off for me, would be good. So I can see that there's just kind of just some triangles at the side that needs to come off. So we're just gonna go around. This is one of those things that you really just don't need it to be perfect at all. You know, the kids just love like doing it, all of this sort of stuff, but if I can make this today, I know that it's going to last me. And it's not my favourite thing because it does have bacon in, but at least I can eat the actual bacon. So it's a little bit cold, so I'm going to sit it down and just leave it for room temperature. Now, most of the time you can actually roll it out. Now I know lots of people actually blind bake on the bottom, but growing up I remember the mince pies at Christmas time, and I hated it. The bottoms always seemed quite undercooked, and if that's the way you like it, do it. I just don't. And of course I cannot find my rolling pin to be able to roll it around. Here. So with this one I'm going to leave it in the oven without blind baking it, so we do get the whole flakiness of it. We're going to get an egg. Preheated the oven already. Oh, wrong one. Just to get that beautiful brown. While it's cooking, nice brown while it's cooking. We're just going to go around it. So if this is for myself, this would last me for days. But tonight it's not. Tonight I have a feeling that there's going to be a few people that run in and out and get fed. Oh, British! it only get pricks literally just because when it starts to cook, it starts blowing up, and I hate popping it when it gets to that stage because I think it ruins it. So I find it easier to buy the pastry than make it these days, because these are 5 ready rolled pastry sheets. I mean, you know, for $5 or something. So tomorrow I can make something else. And hopefully, I'm just trying to check on my first lot that goes in. So it says allow frozen pastry sheets to thaw 5 to 10 minutes before use. If pastry becomes too soft, it will be difficult to work with. Egg wash helps to give it a golden pastry finish. Done that. Simply combine 1 egg, tablespoon of water, whisk with a fork, brush onto pastry before baking. Right, so that's all done. It wasn't that I was looking for though, was it? It was not. It was it's not there. It's not there either. Of course it's got to be there. Don't be stupid. Handy hints. Frozen. Doesn't state what to put it on. Someone's going to come back and go, actually, it bloody does, you know. No. See, I'd say for the first lot, I'd say 150. And I'll do that for 15 minutes. It does contain gluten, this one. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. I don't know if it has it on there. No, it doesn't have it on there either, does it? Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Right. 1 pan in. Okay. 150, and we're going to put it down for about 25 minutes. We are going to chop up some. I don't know why I don't just put you over here. It would be so much more. It would be so much more logical. Bloody voice doesn't come out on the vocal cords. Oh. Right. Hello. So I think one of the reasons why I can't sleep is because I am down to 1 tablet of my antipsychotics. Now the antipsychotics doesn't mean to say that you're mental. It just means to say on some occasions that because of the pain that your body is put through, you go through different emotions during the daytime, which we all know, okay? Whether it be anxiety, whether it be crying, tantrum. Oh, that'll do. Whatever. So yeah, we all have different ways of coping with it. An antipsychotic, it basically means that it works to do with stopping the pain receptors from going to your, no, the pain receptors, I thought I said brain, from going to your brain and literally making you go mental and doing things which when you're angry is out of character, which I have actually done. I have actually done on a few occasions, actually. And then you become very shy and inward and keeping yourself to yourself because you don't know how to go to the letterbox. You don't want to pick up the bills. You don't want to see what's coming next. It's always something different. Like, I had a really good day the other day of organising stuff, and then yesterday my $5,000 ring, the triangle which is on top of the ring, because it was quite high, it was quite a high placed ring, it got lost. Literally just decided, up and ready, nah, I have no idea where it is. So that peeved me off even more. But I always have said, you know, if a ring goes, or it's just one of those things. It just means it's an ending to something. I was upset because I wanted to give it to Alicia when I wasn't here. But fuck it, it's gold. It's just something she can buy herself. And at this rate, people will be lucky if they get any invites to the funeral. She says, like, I have like 120 people that are coming down and, you know, following in hearse with little momentums to stick on my grave, which I don't really want, don't really care for. I would just like to be buried in a nice, comfortable mink blanket. Don't care how old it is. I would like a frappuccino thrown in there as well, if possible. And what else would I like? I would also like I used to say a picnic bar, but I think I broke 3 teeth from eating a bloody picnic bar from a bloody warehouse, so I am now down to, I know where all my bloody skillets are. So I have 2 really heavy skillets, okay, which are iron. So I need to spray all day. I'm doing the little one because I find that if I do the the onions with, if I do the onions with the tomatoes, they just go all mushy anyway. So I'm just going to put those on for a few minutes. I'll cut some more onions up. Excuse-moi. This is for onions. Stick on the back one. So I've been looking at places to move to. I think I really do have issues with leaving my son. He hasn't, because of the way he's been brought up, he's been quite spoiled in the ways people have looked after him if he's been in trouble. And now, you know, the family are saying, oh, well, it's time to get out and fly your wings. But if they'd have taught him what they needed to be taught him in the first place, he'd be ready. Right. Some butter in the onions. Oh, squeeze some lemon in there as well, and then garlic. If I can find a garlic. I hate these bloody garlic mixers, but our veg place has moved, so we don't get as much fruit and vegetables for as cheap as what it was anymore, which is really sad because I really used to love going down there. Plus it's by a golf course. So I am trying to put him off this 20 people housing situation. I don't think they'll handle it very well when things go wrong. Not that they should be taking that kind of responsibility on for other people. It should be an individual thing, I think. So I'm going to get involved and I'm going to kind of go down and see what the score is with it. Right. Aria? Aria? You okay? There you are. You're coming in. Want to come in? Want to come in? Okay. Do you want to come in? She's standing at the door, just letting all the bloody heat out, smelling. Do I like what she's cooking, or shall I just piss off for a wee while?
I'm cooking.
Right, oh, shoot, we need a big one. Shoot. So I see, yes, last night there was people who got to see Game of Thrones, which is just fantastic. And I didn't want to watch it. I thought, no, I'm not going to watch it. I'll wait till tomorrow. I'm tired. I'll try and go to sleep. And Vidma's probably taking it down now. Okay. So instead of getting normal bacon, I've just got bacon. That's a bit lazy, wasn't it? Instead of going and getting scissors. Oh, actually, Akio got his tattoo done today as well. And I really don't know how he does it. But I ended up paying for some of it. It's like, oh, fuck. So I said no to the car. He's got kind of used to that, which is all goody. Now I just have to get him used to not kind of borrowing money, because when he moves, that's it. When my boarder moves out, probably do the same. What are you barking for? Do you want to come in? Do you want to come in? Should have got a blue lizard dragon. A blue dragon lizard. So you kind of got the gist of it. Okay. I'm just going to leave the onions just kind of get all that yumminess in. Right, next is another pan. I know where my big skillet is, so it has to be a shitty one. So, bacon. I happen to have a slab of butter there, so I may as well dump that in while I'm there. Is this a nice one? I don't know if you can see that or not. It's the most beautiful kind of salt. It's like a chip. Oh, jelly salt. Chipotle. 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 I don't like doing it over the pan. It always gets clogged up, don't you think? Like when you're doing like the salt and the pepper in the pans and... the steam comes off, it just jams like everything up together. So, put it on one of those and do that. Now, I really do like my bacon very well done. I think that's enough to fill the bowl with. I think. Oh, love it. So, because the house wasn't insured, because I stopped it, my ring is not insured anymore. Just like the TV wasn't and the computer wasn't. And the stuff that they stole wasn't. But it doesn't matter, because it's only stuff. That's what you're standing up in, which really matters more than anything, I guess. No, you're breathing and everything inside. Put this down. So, what's going on in Mosgiel? The Mosgiel news is the dumbasses had switched the wrong tap on. So, instead of having clean, beautiful water to drink, there was sewerage in it. So there was a ban on drinking water. And when I got up yesterday, I was really under control. I had my pain under control. I'd actually had a shower, got dressed, all those things one does every other day. Well, in my case I do every other day. And just out of curiosity, I actually rang the dentist to see if, you know, everything was still okay to go in, and they said no, it's been cancelled. And I was like, yeah, this is so good. I fucking hate going to the dentist. Once I'm there, I'm fine. It's just getting me there. There you go. So they're really nice. They're really smelling beautiful with the lemon. Lemon seems really weird, I guess, with the onions. But then I also put tomato paste, just a little sachet, in with the tomatoes, just to give it that really depth of taste. Okay. So, eggs. Eggs. Older eggs. Now I tried to make up a group in one of the Facebook pages, which was COPD, anxiety, terror, on your own, because you don't necessarily have to, you know, be on your own to feel alone, if you know what I mean. So I tried to link it through my own site, and it wasn't having any of it. You have to pay to promote your groups, which means, you know, if the more shares you get, the better it is. So I kind of asked someone to help with that sharing side of it. And I totally understand why people give up. You know, it's like talking to yourself, but you know you're not talking to yourself because you know that other people are listening to you, which means there's only two things that are going right or wrong. One is that they can't stand you, and they just can't be bothered with you. And the other one is they listen to you. You know, you get the same people who make the same followers and keep in touch. And eventually you think, why am I doing this? Why am I switching on a camera? And that's when I do have to remember why I started it in the first place. And I know I constantly go over it, but it's just something I have to remind myself of who this is for, why I'm doing this, and hopefully they'll be really grateful one day. No idea if I've timed this right. Let's have a look. Yep, done. I'm just going to push it down. And I'm going to leave it just on the windowsill for a sec. And see if a wee birdie comes over and mix it. Okay. So there's nothing that really needs to go into the eggs. far as I'm concerned, there's so much flavour and salt and everything else in the pot. You don't really need anything. It would be nice if you had, oh, I do have actually. So that's Philadelphia. Not much. You can put double cream in. Now this is where I kind of separate all of the stuff, because if you put them all together and try very hard not to, if you just pour it all in, it is just so bad. It's just yuck. So we're just going to do a little bit at a time. I'm sorry, my breathing is a little bit off because I'm walking fast. I'm trying to get things organised and done. And I just wanted to show what happens to a normal person when they do something at a normal pace. Right. So, now I'm going to put it in. Ow, you mother fridge. And sometimes it's just really nice to get back into the kitchen. Whew. Yep. Okay. No? Nope. Haven't. Nope. I know he doesn't get home till after kind of this time. Yeah, so I'm just making the pie and trying to breathe. Well, I'm just wondering what with. I kind of don't have anything left, to be honest. Right, okay, I'll try and see what I can do. Alright, bye. Sorry about that. That was my child. As per wanting, needing, you know, all that kind of stuff. Right. So all that garlic, lemon, the peppers out of the shaker, the salt off the bacon, the tomato puree, not tomatoes in a tin, it should be quite rich. We're just going to put on the top. Okay, you can see that. So, who taught everybody to cook? Did your mums teach you to cook? Did your dads teach you to cook? Did you go camping? I hated camping, eh? Rest of the egg on top. There you go. And the only thing I did wrong is I forgot to chop the bloody... I forgot to chop the Philadelphia up. So we might just do that now. Right? Considering maybe we've got some old knives. I mean, I was in care all my life, you know. I got put in a home when I was a babe. They walked away from me. Had a child. Never got in touch. And I was in care. Orphan, foster, whatever you want to call it. But I was not very good at taking the shit off anybody else, so all I do is I learnt to run, and I learnt to run just on a constant basis. I'd get picked up for nicking food and nicking food to feed myself for the day. Or what else? Driving the Mini without the brake, and had no license. So we give our kids, you know, crap about what they do in life, but if you tell them the truth about what you used to do, or what their, you know, parents used to do, I think half of them would get the shock of their life, to be quite honest. Because we all fuck up every day. Every day we just fuck up. Like today I should have just done the shop by myself. But I just couldn't get past the front door. Couldn't even put the bins out. And yet I'm inside, I'm fine. So how can you go from somebody being a bloody hippie from when you're younger to being totally controlled by situations that other people put in front of you. And what makes me laugh is they think you're thick enough to actually forget all the shit that they put you through. Sorry, I'm still looking for such a thing called rolling pin. I'm not really bothered about doing it on the same chopping board as it's going to get cooked anyway. So that's okay. So yeah, we kind of, I think most of us cocked our own lives up as well, didn't we? I think you're very lucky if you didn't, or if you were selfish enough to be able to tell your kids to, you know, me and your mum aren't together anymore, so I don't want anything to do with you. My ex was very lucky that I got ripped off enough for them to live a damn good life until his mum died, and what I was promised never came. So, and that's just, these are all the things that make you go stir crazy. Absolutely stir crazy. And I think I am back to being me most of the time. Because I can see glimpses of it. Someone left a message saying that they had no idea and didn't understand what the hell I was going on about. Get in the queue. This is the time I don't. But unless you're going to kind of write a book, we'll start from the beginning. And I haven't got there yet. I haven't got to who I am on here and what I want to achieve on here. I just know it's kind of some kind of stimulating life. Which does not mean money. It does not mean a man. Okay. Like, just do it, will you? Thank you. And there's your top layer. Stick bits on if you want. You like the crusty bits. Look at that, how fantastic is that? I could absolutely not do Master Chef. Bake on dishes. So I'm hoping by Christmas time that I will have figured out how I want to go about and process YouTube, what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. If I'm literally not good at anything, whether it be talking, drama channel, I just can't be bothered bitching about people though most of the time. If I can't do any of that stuff, I don't know whether I'll carry on. I'll still do it, but I will not post it. I'll just keep it for my grandkids, and that's, I think, when I will start just going from the very beginning, from literally the very beginning, and see how we go with that. Maybe it's not my thing, but it shouldn't matter. It should matter that I am trying. To help other people by answering one or two questions. You know, coming from sitting on the toilet, having attacks where I didn't know if I would pull through or not, from specialists saying we're not sure if they're called attacks or whether or not she just thinks they're attacks. Remembering to record when you go into wins, getting names off people, writing down times, because when your memory starts going because of the tablets, it's really frustrating. It really is frustrating, and it's the one time I thought I would say, you know, oh God, this is the time I need a social worker, but because I had a social worker all my life, well, for most of my life, until I kind of got to where I could look after myself, I swore I would never, ever, ever go back to having a social worker again, because they were all bollocks. So I'm gonna keep on dillying and dallying and just doing this for the hell of it. until I make decisions and not see how it grows, but how it flows. I hope you all had a good day. An ice cream van. This is only in New Zealand. Ice cream van. He comes in the snow. And the rain. So who taught me to cook? I remember knowing a granddad when I was younger, and he always seemed to cook. I don't know whether he was a chef or what. I don't know an awful lot. I don't know really whether I want to. But the one decision I am absolutely doing this year is I'm not here Christmas. The locks are getting changed, the windows are getting bolted, and I'm going away for a couple of days. And I have a house sitter as well, because I am not sitting here again on Christmas waiting for people all day while I sob my fucking heart out because I am being miserable. We used to do single palms when I was a lot younger and doing the counselling, so if anybody was on their own they could turn up, and there were some weirdos that turned up. I don't want to go to one of the centres because I eat so slow. I eat a small amount and then 10 minutes later I'm hungry again. So I don't want someone to say, you know, come to mine because I'm on my own as well, and you know, that's what you do. I don't want that. I want to have a smile on my face on Christmas morning, and if that means grabbing hold of somebody yummy and spending the evening with them, then so be it, I say. I have some phone calls to make, I think. But you know the I did get the new phone. Well, the new phone is going actually really, really well, because I can kind of speak to it and say, please help me, and can you please open this, and can you please open that. So I know over the world it's kind of sunny time and it's a beautiful time, and you're most probably sitting having a cool one with the TV blasting. I hope you're all catching up with Game of Thrones. The other one to watch is Vikings. Man, I really think Vikings is way up there for me because it's so raw, so real, and you know, a true to life story of being how vicious, how protective you can be. And I think that's why I get on my high horses, because I don't feel like I can protect and show people how I feel without fucking stabbing the bastards for what they do. So in some countries you're quite lucky to have guns in a way. Like, I had my window open the other night. I heard someone at the window, I shouted hello, the dog went mad, and I'm still shouting hello, and no one answered, and the dog ran to the front door, so they must have run round the front, and yeah, it's just one of those fuckwits who decide that they can't leave you alone and let you get on with your life, you know, or who sit outside in a wee blue car and think that I don't know. People aren't really as stupid as they make out, you know. So we'll take, oh, that, hey, what's up? What's up? Who is it? Let's have a look at this before we... Yes. So just before I switch you off, that's more or less the pie. It'll look, it'll puff up more than that. It really should go down. So that was what we'll do. Obviously Neil's home because the dog's going naughty. So I'll talk to you in a little while.